It's impossible not to have seen the news this week of the devastating earthquake that happened in Turkey and Syria on the 6th of February. Now, we look quite often in geography at different earthquakes. We look at the causes, we look at the human and environmental impacts, and we look at the aid that's given following natural disasters. And I do want to speak to you about all of these things. However, today I'm going to focus specifically on the causes of this particular earthquake. Now, you'll remember that the earth is made up of three main layers. You have the core, the mantle, and the crust. And the crust is the outside layer of the earth that we live on. Now, this is made up of several different pieces. It's not one solid piece. It's split into different pieces like a jigsaw. And these pieces are called tectonic plates. Now, where the plates meet, we call these plate boundaries or plate margins. Now, these plates are floating on top of the liquid mantle, and as they move in different directions, and depending on the direction that they're moving in, different natural disasters will happen. So you might find at some plate boundaries you get earthquakes, others you might get volcanic eruptions, and in some cases you might actually get both. Now, in Turkey's case, it's quite unique because it's sitting on three different plate boundaries. It's sitting on the Anatolian, the Arabian, and the African plate. Now, this means that Turkey is no stranger to natural disasters, specifically earthquakes. And what caused the magnitude 7.8 earthquake on the 6th of February was when the Arabian plate was pushing northwards. Now, as this plate is pushing northwards, it's creating a huge amount of pressure. Now, this pressure is building up, and suddenly the Arabian plate jerked forward and it pushed the Anatolian plate to the west. Now, this caused seismic waves to rush through this particular area. The focus of the earthquake, which is where the earthquake actually happened underground, was not far from Gaziantep in Turkey, and the epicenter was just a few kilometers from Gaziantep itself. Now, where the epicenter happens is where the most devastation is going to occur, and then it's going to ripple effect from there. Now, the 7.8 magnitude earthquake was followed by a series of aftershocks, and this isn't uncommon because as the land settles into its new position, you quite often find that there are some smaller earthquakes that happen, and these are usually under about a magnitude 5. But in this case, there was a second earthquake that happened with a magnitude 7.5, so almost just as strong as the initial earthquake, and it actually happened at a different fault line. So this particular earthquake is being classed as another earthquake in its own right. So Turkey suffered through a magnitude 7-point earthquake followed by a 7.5, and since then there has been over 100 further aftershocks.